All right. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Chris Trempe. I am the Chief Operating Officer for SwyftOps. And this is a new webinar that we're starting called SwyftPeek, and it's open to everybody, meaning all SwyftOps subscribers, as well as anyone who is in home care agency ownership or office team member, whoever it is, working a franchise that wants to get an idea of what's going on with SwyftOps based on, compared to the software that they have. I'm joined with our VP of subscriber engagement, Natasha Robertson. Now, she's going to be answering any questions that you have in the chat. So feel free to throw things in there. If she finds any of the topics or the questions that you have, something that maybe we want to talk about verbally, she'll just let you know that we'll table it and we'll cover it at the end. So don't be shy to ask questions. I really appreciate everyone making time to come today. And we'll just dive in a little bit, give you some insight into SwyftOps. So first thing that we always try and share with people is that SwyftOps was founded upon the ideas of three guys from home care, all from different viewpoints, and all came together at the same time when they were interested in trying to be a disruptor to the industry. And the software industry had seemed to go a little bit stale. We are just about on our 5-year anniversary. We launched in September of 2019. I actually was the first employee that came on, and I've been on since that point, and we've built this team out now. We are 24/7, and we don't close like any home care agency doesn't close. We don't either. So we've built this out. We are proud to say that in the last Home Care Pulse benchmarking report, we reached number 4 in market share of all softwares, and we just continue to grow. So we really look at it in a different way of partnering with the subscriber, understanding the challenges of home care, and then making sure the software answers that rather than is an impediment to what you're trying to succeed. This is the agenda we're going to shoot through on this short webinar here today. Going to talk to you a little bit about some things that we have going on. Our 25 or 24/7 support is something that is probably the most talked about aspect of SwyftOps in the social media space. Talk a little bit about our caregiver app, some recent upgrades, our pricing, and then what's coming down the road that's exciting for us that, if you don't have our software now, you might like what we're about to share with you about what's coming. And if you do have our software, I know you're going to be excited about what we share. So let's talk about each of these individually. And again, if you have any questions, just let us know. But this one is probably, like I said, the biggest. We are the only software in the industry that offers live 24/7 support. We do this domestically out of Wichita, Kansas, which is where our headquarters is located. I do not like bots. We do not use bots. You ask a question in our live chat, you immediately are met by a human who is sitting in Wichita, Kansas, waiting to answer that. We have it by phone, by our ticketing system, which is this right here, the email us, or our live chat. Our live chat is the most popular that we have. Probably 90-95% of our people utilize that, our subscribers. We also have a knowledge base for those do-it-yourselfers. And how I like to describe how our support is different is that you're probably used to an experience where you go to a chat support of whatever it is. Maybe it's a CRM software, or even, maybe your streaming service. And you're met with someone who tries to give you a knowledge base article on the question you asked, or tries to give you a one sentence reply and then go try that and come back. And they don't really want to partner with you or stay on that service event with you until the issue is solved. We made it a focus that we don't have numbers on the walls that says you have to end these calls or these chats within 2 minutes. We don't have any of those things that are boiler room pressuring people to try and burn and churn support events. We will stay on the chat. We will stay on the call. We will go back and forth with you on email if you choose that, as long as you need us to, until it's taken care of. So what I'm saying is, if the chat takes 45 minutes, it takes 45 minutes to walk you through everything. If it takes 2 minutes, it takes 2 minutes. We're there to help you so that you don't feel like you have to continually come back to ask the same question. That's a really important difference that we have. And then obviously us not closing is great. So 3 a.m. on a Sunday, we're available. Christmas, we're available. Yesterday was Juneteenth. Many places on holiday were available. So that is by far the biggest differentiator you're going to find. And I always ask people who do not have SwyftOps that I engage when they say, you know, what's a little bit different? Say, let's not talk feature set. You know, what do you do? How fast does it take for you to get answered Saturday night at 2:00 in the morning if you need help? So think about that. But also, we don't have a ticket log. We handle everything in real time. Every day that we wake up, there's no backlog. Now, I've met people who don't believe me. So you can ask the SwyftOps subscribers, but that is very much true. The other part of the support that we do, a little bit different, is our training when you onboard is live. Many just drop you into a video aspect or a knowledge base. We have 4 live one-on-one hour-long trainings that we break it down through the system, and we give you the recording and a bunch of backup documentation. And then going forward, each month, you are awarded 1 free hour of training on anything you'd like. Most people just use our support and they get what they need out of that. But if they really want to learn about a certain feature, maybe our electronic forms, you can set up an hour session and learn about it that way too. That's a little bit of a differentiator from our competitors too. Now our app, I would say that's number 2 in how we're different. I'm not going to bore you with the normal stuff, right? All the apps that are worthwhile that you have out there, WellSky, SmartCare, CareSmart, whoever you use, Access Care, they all are going to do the basic thing. They're all going to be EVV compliant for the most part. They're all going to be available on Android and Apple. You're all going to be able to clock in, have geofencing, late alerts, all these different things. So I want to talk to you a little bit about why our app is different from the rest, where you can optimize your operations if you opt into what we call our power features. Now, one of them is automatically included, which is we are one of 2 softwares that have a built-in 2-way HIPAA compliant messaging system. Now, this is built into the SwyftOps admin side, and it flows to the caregiver app as well as our family portal. Group messaging, mass messaging, you can make message templates, you can make message groups. All of that's available. You get read receipts. You have a correspondence log, which is a report of all the conversations. And they can upload or send pictures or documents through. Everything that you need to do inside of the app securely, avoiding using your personal numbers to text or anything like that. Now, can you email and text from SwyftOps? Sure, but that's a huge differentiator. On top of that, this is an example of the menu if you turned on a lot of our power features. The best part about it is I like to say it's not a light switch. And here I put it's not one shoe fits all, but it's not a light switch. When you turn on the feature, it doesn't turn it on for everybody. So you can pick and choose which caregivers or which clients that will be worked or serviced have certain features available. Maybe you have caregivers who they really struggle to use a phone whatsoever. You're not going to turn on these features for them. But you have some others that are pretty savvy and they can move their way around an app. Why would you not turn on something where they can bid on open shifts? They can send you time punch edits for when they miss their clock in or clock out, to allow them to view what hours they're accruing or report an incident that happened, change their availability. Even as you see here, you can have them track, or you can track their license and required documents and allow them to be able to upload that information right through the app. So all those times you're calling caregivers to get their new driver's license and they won't text it to you and they won't email it to you, and they keep telling you, I don't have time to come to the office. This eliminates the excuse, saves your operations time. The time punch edit for the same thing. If you can get them in the groove of submitting in a suggested time punch edit for approval, instead of your scheduler or whoever it is chasing someone down a week later on a clock out, big help. So these power features are just a few of what I mentioned. You can do a lot of other things, upload documents, submit complaints and grievances. You can send in your vaccination status, all of that. Everything is individually set per caregiver. And this really can streamline your operational workflow. Now, how do we maintain our edge? I mentioned the word disruptor. I like that because we have been that since the beginning. And I used to say, when we started, people, we were new kid on the block, and people would always say, well, I've never heard of you. Who are you? I've never heard of you. And obviously, it takes a while to get some brand recognition. And we're starting to pick that up, obviously, pretty strong in the social media aspect. We're at as many shows as we can. But what I'd like to always say to them is, we're new on the market. We have XYZ. Here's how we're different. And our competitors don't know about us, but they will. And we're at the point now where they do. And we are all in a space where, there's limited market share, but there's enough room for all of us. But I truly believe that the software that you select has to work for you. So we don't sell to just sell. We sell to you and make a decision if our system is going to make you a successful agency and a really strong subscriber. If it's not, we're going to tell you that and say, hey, your workflows aren't going to translate to this system. That's one way we maintain the edge. The other way is our updates. We routinely run updates in between 3 to 4 a year, and they typically have 40 to 50 enhancements that are involved in them. Over the last 5 years since our inception, we have released the most enhancements of any software in the industry. Now, granted, in the beginning, right, you're maybe catching up to the crowd. That was probably the first 6 months. We've surpassed in that aspect in many, many ways. What we do is we listen to our subscribers. So I listen to my team, my operations team, my support team, my training team, my sales team, marketing team. We listen to our subscribers. We listen to our franchisees that use SwyftOps. We listen to the franchisor, the corporate office of the franchise. And we have a roadmap. We have conversations with our development team. And like I said, 3 to 4 times a year, we are about to release an update coming in the next 2 weeks that has 80 enhancements on it. And some of them are as simple as adding a checkbox for this or aligning something over here. But typically we have 3 to 4 larger type things involved in the update that are included. So we write knowledge-based articles. We do a webinar that we do live for our subscribers, and we put it in our knowledge base. But let me share a couple of the cool updates that came recently. Recently, we laid out customizable dashboards, and this is maybe for some of you the first look at SwyftOps. The menu on the left, this home screen, is where you default to. And this used to be a static dashboard with tiles that we put on there that we figured were important. And through user feedback, we heard, hey, my scheduler doesn't care what the average bill rate is, or I don't want them to see that. I want that hidden. They care more about late shifts and open shifts and whatever it is. So what we did is we allow the user to build their own dashboard. So Natasha and I could have the same job and have a completely different customizable dashboard for what I want to see and what I like. This drives what I always tell people is customization is one of our difference makers. Our system can bend around you and your role and what you need. Now, a lot of these on here are common use, but a few of them involve our AI, which you see this little AI. That is another reason we laid out our custom dashboard. So let me talk to you a little bit about how we've dove into the AI world and kind of what's now and what's coming. Very dangerous topic. There's a lot of talk amongst our competitors with a lot of promotion around AI. And I'm happy to see a lot of folks that are out there that I don't want to say hesitant, but maybe cautious is the best word, saying, hey, I'm reading a lot of things that says, be careful. We need to make sure, we understand AI before it's put in. And maybe AI is not something you want, or some people just don't understand what AI is. So we have been very cautious to roll these out as well as promote, right? Because we want to make sure that we get the right feedback from our subscribers. So what we started with was we have something called a social history assessment, which is an assessment that can be completed by the client or by the admin. And it's basically a form to get to know them, to help your caregiver connect with them. So the first step that we took with AI was to take this, all the data that goes into this form, and then summarize it and send it to the caregiver app. This screen right here, SHA summary, is from our caregiver app. And it helps them understand a little bit. And you can see that example there. Now, may not sound like a big deal, but the next one you might find the same, unless you're a business owner. We added financial projections, financial forecasting. Now, this one takes a little while to learn your business, but what we've seen is that maybe after about a month or so, as you're running your business through SwyftOps and going through billing cycles and such, it starts to project. So that red line that's going, and this is one of our financial dashboard reports, is showing you your projection out. So that's kind of cool. These next ones, though, are probably the most popular. We have the schedules at risk and the late shift forecast. So SwyftOps is utilizing AI to look at the history and the behaviors of schedules that are at risk of a call off or a cancellation based on the client or the caregiver past, as well as forecasting what shifts it believes may have a late shift. The caregiver may be late to. Now, is this going to be 100%? No. But as you go, the AI is learning your agency, and it's getting closer and closer to these predictions being nearly accurate all the time. So this allows your schedulers to get ahead of schedule and do what they need to do to be proactive, to call and say, hey, Chris, you got Tom tomorrow at 6 a.m. I need to make sure you're going to be there, be on time. We talked about this. Yeah. Whatever you need to do. This allows you to get ahead of it rather than be reactive when they are late. Now let's talk a little bit about our pricing. And again, that was some of our cooler updates that came out recently. There's so much more stuff that did come out. For our subscribers, you can go into our knowledge base and just search for the updates. Just type in the word update and you'll see the different version updates, and it lists everything we changed and has the webinar video explaining all the changes. Our pricing is different too. Now, again, I'm talking to a mass audience at this point. So for franchisees that we have, that's going to be different than independent agencies. And if I'm talking to franchisees who don't use SwyftOps or independents who do not, it could differ. But for this, I'm referring to independently owned agencies that are signing up not as a franchise. Our pricing is transparent. We put it on our website. So if you go to SwyftOps.com, there's a pricing tab right at the top. Our fees are as low as $100. We don't care how many clients you have. We don't care how many caregivers you have. We don't care how many shifts you have. Everything's unlimited. We don't care how much data you have. It's unlimited data storage. But overall, it is based on scheduled billable hours per month. And they are buckets. So 0 to 250 hours is $100 a month, and so on and so forth. This allows your business to grow and not have to worry about your active client not having any revenue coming in, because we're only charging you based on clients that you've serviced. So if you have questions about that, you can throw them in the chat. If you wonder where you're at, figure out what your billable hours is estimate per month, go to our website and check it out. Now, this is the cool stuff that's coming. And then we'll see if anyone's got any questions. So roadmap excitement. This, again, will kind of give you a little insight into who we are. We've got the future release coming in two weeks or so. Then we have 2 more left in the year. AI is still going to be a focus, but we're really excited to announce that we are releasing an admin app. We have been getting that request for a while, and we've been working on that. And we are at the point now where we have a beta version that will then be the full version after our next update, which will come in the fall. So let's take a look at what's on the horizon for AI. We are adding in the ability for you to go into your schedule or your schedule template for your client in the client schedule template area and utilize the find and assign best caregiver match. And AI is going to utilize all the factors of the smart matching we have and actually populate the caregivers into those shifts for you. No decision has to be made. Can you edit it? Sure. But it's going to, as accurately as you can, put that caregiver in there for you and guide you who it thinks you should pick. And the other area where it's in our schedule it allows you to review everything that's going to go in before you actually place them in. But again, saving time trying to figure out, this, if you get a new client, who's the best caregiver I can put in here. We also are adding in, and this is going to be probably in the fall update, but we're adding in a new AI assistant that right now we're just friendly name is Swifty. We haven't decided on that yet, but an AI assistant that's going to pop up and help you at various places in SwyftOps. And that's going to come, like I said, if it's not the fall, it'll be the very last update of 2024. So we're really excited about that as well. This one, the admin app, long time coming. The beta release is going to be coming in this update we're about to release. The full version, which includes all scheduling aspects, will be out in the fall. We'll be looking for impactful feedback from our subscribers that are utilizing what we can release right now. So we want to do it in waves. So we give you the ability to do some things early and then tell us what you'd like it to do in the future. So we'll let you know when it's there, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak preview right now. This is what it looks like. You log in. This is the home screen with these tiles here. There's your menu screen of what you have. Right now, it's not going to have any scheduling in it. That's a lot more build out. We're building that out. That'll be in the next update, which is in October. Right now, it's going to have your management of your profile records, your clients, your caregivers, have your messaging, and also business development, which is contacts. So this is a screen of what it's going to look like with the caregivers and clients. You can swipe to call, swipe to email. You can access their profiles and such inside there, and do, limited editing to the profiles or add new clients in, whatever you need to do. Add new caregivers, add new clients on the fly when you're not at home, when you're, it's the weekend or whoever your on call is. Oops. From there, we have built-in messaging, which is right here. That's that two-way HIPAA compliant messaging. So that's going to be in our admin app as well. Now, what's going to come in the future after this beta testing will be the scheduling ability to be able to manage, edit, add shifts, as well as an alert and notification system, which is going to drive late shift alerts and clock out alerts, all that through the admin app. So this should be a really, really big addition to what we're doing now. So we didn't want to go too far, too deep in it. We had 30 minutes. It's 25 minutes after now. We do appreciate people showing up. We're going to make this a regular thing that we're going to promote each month. And Natasha and I are going to decide on a certain area of SwyftOps to share. We're not afraid to show our system. Some of you may be hesitant to do a demo. That's fine. But if you want to see more about SwyftOps, request a demo from our website. When you go in there, if you really don't want to do the hour yet and you just want to do a 15-minute consultation call, we can do that as well. There's a button to do that. So I appreciate everyone listening and attending, and I'll see if there's any questions that came up that Natasha wanted to go over.
Yeah, Chris, Andrea had a question regarding the feature that we're having with the find and assign the best caregiver match. She had asked if it's going to allow for the first come, first serve feature.
So first come, first serve, meaning in terms of open shift bidding is what I assume. If there's an open shift and someone wants to grab it, first come, first serve, they get it. Ours works in the way of it is a bid that goes to the admin who needs to make the decision who gets it. So it doesn't matter who gets there first. It is based upon the decision of the admin so that the wrong person does not get the shift. AI is going to take into effect all the smart matching features that the scheduler would be looking at anyway. And typically, I guess what you could do is use AI to have it tell you who it thinks it should utilize and then contact them from there. And that can work as a first come, first serve as well. Any other questions that are out there? And I hope that answered your question. If not, just let us know.
That was it as far as the chat goes.
Okay. Yeah, we hope that folks will continue to attend these and see different areas. I'd love to show folks the billing module that we have. I'd love to show you our scheduling, the different ways that we utilize our reports and advanced reports and the ability to schedule reports. There's just so much that's in SwyftOps that can be helpful. And if the topic doesn't meet what you're looking for, maybe there's a team member that you want to have take a look at it. But we encourage anyone to do a demo. We thank the subscribers who attended this for choosing SwyftOps and continue to use it. And if you have feedback on anything, just let us know. You can send it into our support team if you'd like. But if there's no other, there is a question I see. 1 hour training session. You just contact our support team. You can go to our knowledge base, go into the chat, and just ask them for a 1 hour training session. And then they're going to get you the calendar to be able to set that up. All right. Anything else that you would have, Natasha?
No, that was it on my end.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, everybody, have a great rest of your day. And thank you again. We will see you next month for our SwyftPeek. And then for our subscribers, we'll probably talk to you again in about 2 weeks when we unveil all of those 80 enhancements in our most recent update. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.